Hi everyone, welcome aboard and welcome back. It's Sherry from Energy Work Studios. For those of you that have missed any of the muscle testing classes, now's your chance. Many of you have reached out to me and said, oh, I forgot that you were having it, or I forgot to mark my calendar, or I signed up or was going to sign up and it had already taken place. I want to let you know now, any classes that I run, they take place on the first and third Sunday monthly. Class sign-ups are on my website through Acuity Scheduling, and the sign-up process is the same as signing up for an emotion code session. Now, the muscle testing class is 2 parts. Part 1, you're going to have the opportunity to learn 4 options. Part 2 is the follow-up to class 1 with questions and answers and practice. I'm going to go over some things with you so you can better be more comfortable with what you're working with. So here's some of the things that we're going to probably be going over in part 2. How were your practice sessions after the first class? Did you practice on anyone? Did you use products? Did you work on your pets? Those are so much fun when you do that. They love it. Were you satisfied and happy with your results? Were you comfortable with any of the 4 options? And what can we do to help make it better for you? So those are the things that we're going to go over. At the close of each class, I will be pulling an oracle card to see what the collective conscious theme is for the group, and that is a blast. That is so nice. It just kind of gives you an idea of what's going on in and around your world. Oracle cards are different than tarot, so let me just make that really clear right now. Oracle cards hold a lot of expanded energy and give insight into the greater sense of what's going on in and around an individual or a group. Tarot, small details. So if you're interested in participating, again, it's listed on my website, energyworkstudio.com. Click Acuity Scheduling at the top. When the services page opens, just simply scroll down to Learn Muscle Testing and follow the prompts. It's very super easy peasy. Now let me explain further. What is kinesiology muscle testing? Basically, it's like a lie detector test. When you're hooked up to a detector, it's reading the biometrics of the body. In other words, the measurement of physical characteristics such as fingerprints, DNA, or retinal patterns for the use in verifying the identity of an individual. It measures heart rate, blood pressure, electrical responses. Biometrics, like the subconscious, will show strong or weak responses. When using the muscle testing, and it's so easy once you get the hang of it, that's exactly what we're doing. We're connecting with an individual's subconscious mind. The subconscious mind holds every bit of information about an individual from the day you take your first breath to the day you take your last. It's like a computer database. It holds all our information, everything that we experienced in life. This technique helps us connect to that subconscious, and it's the body's way of communicating with us. A weak answer is no. A strong answer will be a yes. So muscle testing is the easiest, most sure way in testing your system at home. But like anything else, it's a process, and you have to remember that. It takes time. It's practice. Don't beat yourself up over it. Not something that you need to do in a hurry. So here's a few ways that you can practice this technique once you've gotten the class and you've gotten the hang of it. You can practice by going to the grocery store or your health food store and picking up a product that you're not 100% sure would be good for your system and muscle test it. It's perfect. I do it all the time. If I'm not 100% sure this would be in my highest good, I test it and check it out. Also, practice with your pets. They love it when you do this kind of work with them. They're very receptive. Test their foods. See what he or she likes. It's very comfortable with tuning in and giving yourself a chance to get comfortable with this. Then test products that he or she likes. All of these are great practice. So just food for thought. Now, there's different hand positions that can be used, and I'm going to be showing you just a few that I used when I began. It's just a matter of comfort. That's all it is. I kind of hung with 4 of them, but there's several. There's 8 or 9 of them, but I hung out with 4, and they were comfortable with me. I began by showing 4 of the options when I first started doing these testings, these class testings, and everyone seemed to like them, so I kind of stayed with them. So the first one is called the sway test, and it's very simple, helps one get started using the muscle testing. And there's no hand positions with this. You're simply standing comfortable, hands-free, and you're using your body as the tool. The second one is the ring lock. This is the one that's most commonly used. And most of you have seen me use this if you've had any sessions with me, and this is the ring lock. This is a yes. This is a no. Can't hold it, that's weak. Okay? The log roll. Another hand position, and this uses 2 hands. This one is most like the original, using an extended arm with kinesiology, because that's what kinesiology is, and they use the arm. And if they get a yes answer from their client, the arm will stay solid. That's a yes. If it drops, that's a weak answer. Well, we use what's called the log roll. Yes, no, yes, no. So, last but not least, the index and thumb. This is very simple, very easy, and you're using one hand with this. This is just one-handed. It's very simple to use, and it's just this. So I'll show you more of these 4 techniques, how to perfect them. So this is what I use when I'm offering someone an emotion code, body code system. Now, let me explain how the oracle cards work and differ from tarot. This is not a reading. I know there's some confusion about what they each represent. So here's a simple explanation to bring some insight so it's less confusing. Tarot cards, they come as structured decks with more rules than oracle cards. Oracle cards are really free-flowing energy and can actually feature almost any kind of content. With tarot, there's usually 78 cards to a deck, or 44 cards, or 80. Oracle cards, on the other hand, there's no set number of cards. You can have a deck of 12. You can have a deck of 50. You can have a deck up to 100. So on and so forth. So tarot cards have structure and common meanings, okay? Most decks are Rider-Waite derivatives, and they all share, a common theme. They may have different images, but they all share the same theme with most of the cards. Whereas oracle cards, they don't have a common theme. Energetically, oracle cards have a lot of expanded energy and simply give insight into the greater sense of what's going on. Tarot cards are smaller details. So think of tarot cards as pages in a book. When someone is having a reading with a psychic, for example, it's like reading a story, like a page in that book. Oracle cards, on the other hand, are more like the whole book or a chapter out of the book. It's wonderful. So there are definite distinctions, and that's why I like the oracle cards. I don't do readings for people, although I could. It's not my purpose. During one-on-one sessions using the emotion code or a group program, I do pull an oracle card at the conclusion. It just makes it a whole lot more fun. It just gives a picture or a theme of the things going on around or surrounding everyone. So, I have 2 decks, and they're just a guide to help one reach their higher self. They help bring attention to the areas in life that need it most. So to sign up for a class, again, I'll repeat. Sorry if it sounds redundant, but go to my website, click Acuity Scheduling, and then simply scroll down to Muscle Testing Class. Classes, again, are every first and third Sunday monthly at 10 a.m. Also, just keep an eye out. Watch for the upcoming programs. There's other programs that I do also teach. Connect with your spirit team, connect with your higher self, and there's a few others. So keep an eye out for them and just be watchful. So in the meantime, I hope that you found today's short but informative video educational. And if you found it educational and you felt inspired, great. Leave me a message. That'd be awesome. So, till next time, in grace and gratitude, stay tuned.